Well, folks, it has to be done. Has to happen sooner or later. Sooner or later, your, as John 3800 would call it, spawn from hell has to be rehoused. And this is only a juvie, my friends. And this is definitely a spawn from hell. Phormictopus cancerides, Haitian brown bird eater, needs a rehouse. So yeah, who knows? Maybe she'll make a liar out of me and maybe it'll be an easy transfer. But I won't hold my breath. Thankfully, she's going in there to where it might make rehousing a little bit simpler. I'm not going to have to move her on my own, but we'll see. This time she's going to get a more secure feeling cave because it'll be dark all in there. Unlike that one where it's just clear, you know, all around. And she needs flowers to cheer her up because she's always moody. And, of course, I got her water dish there. Oh, yeah, she's ready. Alright, let's get started. Yeah, so much for making it easier. She came out of her container there. So, I guess I will use this as a catch cup. Alright, well, here we go. Yeah, that didn't take long at all for her to give me a threat posture. Come on. I know. There we go. Okay, so this is not ending up being as hard as I thought. There you go, in there. You got more room now. Well, that was about as easy as can be when it comes to transferring in a highly defensive spider. She did throw up a threat posture, but I've seen her much worse than that. So good. She made a liar out of me today. Alright. Phormictopus cancerides rehoused. Alright, we got some more to do. Stay tuned. Alright guys, it's now time to rehouse my Ogocephala zendami, the Mozambique golden baboon. I was more generous with the substrate for this one compared to the P. cancerides because these guys do like to burrow. This is your typical old world tarantula right here. And so got a generous amount of substrate for this size anyway. And it can use its cave if it wants to. Might web it up or it might make its own. Who knows? We'll see. Alright, let's do the transfer. These guys, of course, can be fast. Let's see how it goes. Alright guys, let's give it a shot. I get my paintbrush. And of course, you know, it's used to its home, so it's in no hurry to come out. Even though this new one is going to be better. Yeah, go in there. You'll feel secure in there. Yeah, I know. Go in there. Go. Bye. Okay. So, didn't want to leave its home, but at least, surprisingly, it did not give me a threat posture. Although it did face me once, as you saw at the end, but no threat postures other than that. A little bit of defensiveness there, but not nearly as bad as I thought it would be. So they're all making liars out of me today. Alright, let's move on to another one. Alright guys, my larger Poecilotheria regalis has pretty much been in this enclosure here since I've had it. So I think it's time to go ahead and rehouse it. A molt I think will be coming in the not too distant future, so it'll be good to go ahead and have it rehoused in a newer home. But has some wood for it to climb on there, and just some fake foliage and not too deep substrate because it's an arboreal, and then water, just got a few pebbles in there just so the tea can reach the water a little bit easier, and if prey falls in there can get out a little bit easier. But yep, so being a pokey, of course, we need to use extreme caution, and of course they're fast. So Again, let's hope that this one is an easy transfer like the last two were. Alright, of course I got a catch cup handy and all that sort of jazz. So let's see if I can get this pokey out. I never look forward to rehousing pokies, mainly because of their speed. But of course, yeah, they have high potency of venom as well. But you know, they would rather run and hide than bite. Although they will certainly bite if they feel threatened enough. And that one is acting very bold right now. Actually, it came very close to coming out. Alright, okay. Let me get rid of that substrate. Sorry, folks, that you're not getting the best view of this, but I'm having to pay a lot of attention to the actual tea. You know, because these guys are insanely fast. So... and there it is. Yeah, so that was kind of a struggle. Not too bad. I think it's kind of, there we go. There. Alright. That could have been much worse. Alright, we'll let him get used to his new home. Poecilotheria regalis, the Indian ornamental. It's time for another rehouse for my Grandma Stola poker peas. As you know, I'm not a huge fan of these type containers. It just feels kind of cramped in there to me for this one. So that was really meant just to be a temporary enclosure, but we're going to give it this larger shoebox enclosure here. They like it dry, except for the water dish, which they need water, and got it a better hide. Yeah, just simple setup. So let's go ahead and stick this one in. Alright, let's give it a go. Let's see. This one's very skittish. Hasn't really shown any signs of defensiveness quite yet. But, as you know, there's always a first time. Okay, and I just use its old cut-up hide here. And I'm just going to scoop this one out. I think he's a male. Never molted for me yet, so I won't know for sure until he's molts. Just sometimes they kind of have that look about them, but sometimes we can also be way off. So it's just best to judge by the molt. So there is now the rehoused Grandma Stola poker piece, the Choco Golden Knee. That went about as easy as you'd like. Alright, let's move on to something else that needs rehousing. Next up, I'm going to rehouse my large Salmopoeis camera dry. Into this container here. Just has a whole bunch of fake leaves and foliage. Water dish is there. I'm going to reuse that same hide there for him because she really likes to hang out in that. And so I'm probably just going to put it maybe in that corner there. I hadn't figured it out yet. But she's pretty runny from what I've heard, so hopefully this won't be too difficult. Alright, let's see how it goes. Alright, I've started picking her up. As you can see, she's webbed at the bottom. So I'm going to see if I can just kind of gently move her over there. You know how arboreals are. Let's see if I can kind of peacefully do this. Sit it in that corner down there, like that. Oop. That ain't her leg, is it? No, that's just a... Yeah, that was her leg. I touched it and she jerked. Yeah. Alright, well, that ended up okay. So I think I'm just going to turn that around just a little bit and get it kind of settled in there a little bit better. But her water dish is back there, and so hold on a minute, I need 2 hands for this part. It wasn't as easy as I was hoping because the fake flowers kept sliding down, and she moved over here. At least now she knows where her water dish is. And I just put her hide right there that she seems to like. Because you know how Salmopoeas are. They like to make their little homes at the bottom of trees. They will use that substrate there to their advantage, and being part of the webbing that she'll make to be a good little hide for her. And because she had started one, as you saw when I was taking this out, and so she can, you know, if she doesn't use that hide again, she can always, you know, web up at the base of any of those fake plants there. And you know, they are arboreal, they do climb up the trees, so that's why I got this enclosure here to give this one a little height as well. So Salmopoeas Cambridgei Trinidad Chevron rehoused. Alright, let's see what else we got. I figure I'd go ahead and rehouse my Poecilotheria rufilata, the red slate ornamental, in this taller and wider enclosure. And I should be able to stay in there maybe 2 or 3 molts. So it'll be a little while. But you know, even as a juvenile, this one may like to burrow some. So I did give it a little extra substrate than I would for some arboreals. But so yeah, this should be a little tricky because these guys, of course, are insanely fast. So I got my catch cup ready. Alright, hopefully it'll go well. Well, I had to have another makeshift tripod, so forgive me if the camera falls. But there's the spider right down. Well, I don't know if you could see it. I couldn't find my paintbrush, so I'm going to have to use the tongs, which I don't care for. It could have gone a lot worse. Beautiful. Let me see if I can get a picture before it moves again. There we go. Nice look at the Poecilotheria rufilata there. Should like it in there quite a bit. So I guess I better go ahead and put the lid on. Doesn't take much to spook these guys. Looking good. I think it looks pretty nice with that flower in the background. That's water dish down there. Alright. Let's move on to another rehouse. I've been talking about rehousing this one. This is my smaller Grandma Stola poker-peas that I got recently from my friend. Those Nandu hairs from earlier are getting to me. So I'm just going to scoot him on in there. See how he does. Juvenile. Don't know the gender yet. Yeah, got you a bigger hide. Yeah. More room to run around now? Hmm? Or maybe you'd rather run around back in your own home. Come on. In you go. I know. Come on, you'll like it better in there. You really will. Trust me. Yeah, I know. There we go. Now we can give that one to another tea. There we go. Choco Goldeny, rehoused. And we'll probably bury that water dish in no time. Alright.